feedback. And and then if you guys have questions, you can type them in there or raise your hand, and I can unmute you if you have any questions. We also will have time for questions at the end as well.
The conference has been muted.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. So Facebook, some of the importance of Facebook. As you can see on the screen here, one thing that we're going to be using Facebook for, of course, is for your paid ads so you can generate leads, along with making this a resource to your current and future customers as well. So you'll want to make sure that you're staying active with your Facebook and making some posts. So, you can definitely post a lot of different things on this. This is where reviews are going to happen as well, so that is one thing that you guys will want to address. If you're getting any reviews on there, you're going to want to be responsive to them. You can view the reviews from your home screen. You'll see usually to the left it's going to have all of your tabs, and you'll have a review tab. You can view them there and respond there. One thing we do ask is make sure you are asking your happy customers for those reviews. If you notice that one of your customers is really happy, definitely ask them, hey, do you mind shooting me a review? Later on in the afternoon, because life goes on, people will forget to go on and give you the review, even if they promised you they would. Feel free to send them an email with a follow-up link there to your Facebook there so they can review you. If you do happen to get any negative reviews, make sure you are addressing them professionally and then taking it offline by, letting them know you're going to message them privately, and then you can get whatever issue they may have taken care of. So let's go ahead and continue. All right, posting to Facebook, I do want to touch on briefly different types of posts that you guys can do. Of course, you'll want to share photos, different videos that you can get from our YouTube channel, or anything that you can get from the Lawn Doctor corporate page as well. You can gladly steal from there. Different events that you're going to, when you guys are going to be out in the community doing any, local events, whether it's a sporting event or some type of home show, definitely want to post it on Facebook and get some buzz going for that. So a couple of examples of the posts that you can be doing. Here you'll see it's kind of like an in-progress post here. Explains that, the lawn looks green, but it was a lot of weeds, so they killed all the weeds, and now they're going to be growing the healthy grass. Those pictures I think are really awesome. You get to show your customers what exactly you're doing, what's going on in the area, and kind of how the grass is looking throughout the year. Another example of the post is going to be, like I said, if you're going to be in a different event. So if you happen to be going to some type of event, tell all of your followers, have them come, have them join, family, especially if it's a family event, have all of your friends that have those, family, kids, bring them by. Again, you'll want to get that buzz going that you're going to be out in the community. And then tips and tricks is one of the good things you can post as well, because you do want to make this a resource to your current and future customers. You guys are going to know what's best that's going on in your area. If there's a specific type of disease that's going on in the grasses or something going on, this is where you can kind of post about it. Here you see that they posted about the aeration, so it's a good way to get some education going to your customers as well. Customers like that feeling of being educated and getting to learn on their own as well. So that's definitely something you guys want to utilize. Again, you can get a lot of this content from the corporate page. We will constantly post things there that you guys are able to use. All right, and then continuing here, the other thing we want to touch on is setting up your actual paid ad campaigns. So these are going to be the ones that run. Now the paid ads, it's not something that will be displayed on your guys' page, so it's not something that's shown on that. It's going to be showing and popping up to people who fit in the criteria of what we're advertising. So we typically use a specific audience, a lookalike audience, or a custom audience, so it'll target those folks in your area. So just to clarify that. So just to go in and show you guys exactly how you're going to be setting up paid ads. If you are able to follow along and be on your computer, definitely do so. You can kind of run through it with us. If not, this is a recorded webinar, so you can always view this and, reference it later. Or, of course, reaching out to me, Christina, or Tara, we will be happy to help you guys set up these ads as well. So never hesitate to ask. So let's get started with this. All right, so step one, once you are in your business manager, which to get to that, you can access it through your personal Facebook, or you can just go to business.facebook.com, log in, and it'll bring you to this home page. To set up the ads, you're going to go ahead and select on the menu button, which you'll see has the business manager and the nice big red arrow pointing to that. It's going to go ahead and bring down a drop down. You'll want to go ahead and select on Ads Manager, which is then going to go ahead and bring you to your next screen where you will be actually creating the ad. This is also going to be the same place where you can view the results. So once you start really running those ads, you're going to see them line up here where you can compare, see how they're doing, and you can get a bigger picture of what they're actually generating for you there. All right, so to start the ad, of course, you're going to be clicking that button there that says Create, nice big green button there. And it's going to go ahead and bring you to this next screen here. So this is going to be different marketing objectives. What are you looking to do with this ad? Are you looking to reach different people? Are you wanting to create more leads? What exactly is your goal here? Typically, I will be running lead generation campaigns. So that's why that's going to be the one that's circled there. That's the one I run. You'll want to enter a campaign name and then go ahead and select on that continue button. In this case, it shows set up ad account. If you already have an ad account set up, this step will be skipped and it should just go to the next screen. But if you don't, this is where you would set one up in term there. You'll be selecting the currency and time zone, and then you'll just want to continue through that. Like I said, if you already have an ad account, it'll actually just take you to this next screen here. All right, so this is where we're going to go ahead and actually start setting this up and going through the different audiences and how you're going to target this ad. So first things first, under the page, of course, make sure it is your page that's selected. You typically wouldn't have any other pages listed there, so that should be a non-issue there. But just glance at that to make sure it is your page that you're running the ad on. Below that, it is going to be the Facebook terms. They should have already been accepted since we have ran ads on your pages before. But of course, just make sure that that has been selected, or it won't let you continue at the end of this screen. So that'll be the page there. Going down to the audience, now typically you're going to be using a lookalike audience. That audience is something that is shared from corporate. The newest and latest audience has already been shared to all of your pages. Once we get new ones, we typically do share those. Is that automatic or?
Yeah, hey guys, it's Christina. Yeah, so just kind of to backtrack a little bit, a lookalike audience is what we do at corporate is we take all of our current customers and we load that data, we load those contacts into Facebook, and Facebook goes ahead and they actually match those contacts to actual Facebook accounts, and they look at all of the Facebook accounts they're able to match, and they create an audience of commonalities between all those people. So it might be demographics, it could be interests in terms of all of these people have a higher propensity to like, certain pages on Facebook, or they all seem to have a pool or a higher income level or education level. So there's a slew of different targeting, that's in place there. So Facebook on the back end will create these lookalike audiences, and then what we're able to do is share that lookalike audience out to the system, and you guys locally can use that lookalike audience to target people that look just like your customers or prospective customers, and by layering in your zip codes. So that's just kind of a background on what lookalike audience is, and what will happen is that generally once, maybe sometimes twice a year, we create a new lookalike audience, and if we've already shared a lookalike audience to your account previously, we will then pipe in the new one as we create that next one. So, moving forward, as you do start to create your own ads in the future, when you click on that box where it says lookalike audience, you'll see however many lookalike audiences that are shared in your account, and I would just suggest to use the most recent date range. So usually they'll be the current date or year from when that was actually uploaded.
Perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then yes, like she said, you're going to go ahead and layer in your zip codes as well, so it does target that audience within your territory. All right. And then the placement of this ad. So this is just going to be choosing how it's going to be displayed to the different people here. So you've got two options, the automatic placements and the edit placements. So you will want to go ahead and elect on edit placements. And then as you'll see here, it's only circled on the feed. So you'll want to make sure that is the only one elected. So you'll uncheck mark any other ones, that, whether it be Instagram or whatever the case may be, you'll just want it on the feeds. And
I just wanted to add one thing to that. So the reasoning why, what will happen is Facebook will, by default, select automatic placements, and this is good and bad at the same time. Facebook wants to spend as much of your budget that you have allotted in your account, so they're going to want to try to push your ad into many different placements, whether it's within the Facebook feed, the Instagram feed, the right side of the screen. There's a whole slew of different places they can place it. What we've found in the past is that the best performance in terms of generating leads is it comes directly from that news feed. So our suggestion, at least starting out when you have a limited budget, is definitely to just focus on that news feed. Additionally, if you're interested in Instagram, I would say that's not a terrible place if you want to add another layer in there. Typically, Instagram newsfeed does not cost a lot. We've seen, spending very little money to Instagram, and occasionally a couple of leads will pop through, and they're usually pretty cost effective. But best performance hands down for generating leads is typically in the Facebook newsfeed.
Perfect, thank you. All right, now budget and scheduling. So typically we do the lifetime budget, and that is going to be if your ad, if you do a daily budget and you reach that daily budget earlier on in the day, it's going to stop showing your ads throughout the rest of the day. So you're not really getting that much exposure in that way. So the lifetime budget will keep your ad running every day, all day for that time period. Typically we do run a 2-week campaign with a lifetime budget of about $350. So that's kind of how we'll set that up there. And then once you set that up, you'll go ahead and continue. And then it's going to take you to the format of the actual ad that you're going to be sharing. So you have the option of doing different carousel images where you're doing multiple different images, along with single images, single videos, or a slideshow. Typically we do the single image and single video. I do believe that those are found to be better and get more leads that way.
Yeah, I would just want to point that I would say in terms of engagement levels, we usually get a higher engagement on the videos. Engagement meaning clicks and viewing, but we tend to see more conversions and leads actually come out of the static images. So the single image and even the carousel, we'll see the better conversion on. So strategy-wise, it's usually a smart thought process to implement more than one ad at a time. And a lot of times it's good to use a static and also a video at the same time. It actually doesn't cost any more money to set the budget for the targeting that you're putting into place, and you can add as many ads as you want. And what that allows us to do is you can run multiple ads and see what is performing better. So, if you implement a static image and you also implement a video, you can find that, in some situations, videos outperform the static. And, if you had only implemented a static image, you would have never known that the video would have done better. So, at that point, you can just log into the account. You can pause whichever ad is not performing as well. But I would say to start out, a static single image is always a good place to go, and implementing a second ad, whether it's another static image or a video, is always good.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, here. And in this example here, we just did do the static image. So you'll see here we did use one of our Suburban Dictionary ones, which I personally find to be hilarious, so I love those ones. So just filling this out, the text portion. On the text, typically, because we did use the Suburban Dictionary, we just kind of re-quote what is in the actual image. Display link, it's exactly what it says it is. It's just for display. It's not functioning, so lawndoctor.com works fine there. You'll have the opportunity to put in your specific local page on the form that they fill out. So just keep that in mind. That'll just be the lawndoctor.com there. Under the headline, we do the offering there. We do the normal offering of the get 50% off your first service. If you happen to be doing any type of additional or different type of offering, you can enter it there under the headline. And then the call to action button, learn more is really what I've been using. I don't know if there's any ones that you would recommend more than learn more or get quote potentially.
Yeah, so we tested out, we did some A/B testing between Learn More and Get Quote. Learn More actually performed better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was less intrusive, and people, felt pressured when they saw Get Quote. We do have some franchisees who use Get Quote,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel like it works better. But, in the testing that we did, Learn More did perform better.
Okay. Yeah, and so keep that in mind along with, doing different and running different ads. You're going to find that some things might work better in your area than it does in some other areas. So it's definitely good to keep an eye on the results so you know what's working for you and what's going to help your business get the leads and the drive that you want. Okay. And so once you're done with that section, it's going to take you to the lead form. So this is what your customers will be filling out, or potential customers will be filling out. Now, a lot of you, or actually all of you, will already have a lead form that's been created in there. So you can definitely still use that one, but if you ever do need to create one, this is kind of what you'll be doing. Or if you do already have the lead forms in there, you can just select whichever lead form that you would like to use. So when you go ahead and select on the new form, it's going to bring up this page here where you're able to give it a name, of course. You can just do something simple. Form type, I've been using the more volume option there. You'll want to turn off the intro, so you'll see on that second image there, you just slide that bar off so it won't have an additional screen there. Now the questions that you're going to want to use, so again on that second image you'll select the show more options. So it's going to bring up on this first image here the different options of what you can have them fill out. Of course you'll want their email, their full name. Additionally, you're going to want their phone number, their street address, and their zip code. So you want to be able to get that information so when you are calling them back, you are aware that they are, of course, in your zip code, and you can kind of quote them whatever they're looking for. So the next section, under the privacy policy, you will want to enter this privacy policy link in that URL section. Now, you guys do have, because you have the forms already, the privacy policy is linked in there, but if you ever do create a new one, just make sure that you do put it in there. It is required, so it wouldn't actually let you continue without it. So just keep that in mind. And then the last part of this form here is going to be the thank you screen. So this is what it's going to look like, and this is where you can enter your local website. So this is going to be the place that you would want to enter in your exact website. So at the end of them filling out that lead form, they can go and view your website, view a little bit more, see what type of information they're looking for, but that'll take them to your website there. And so once you've done that, you'll close out of that and you'll finalize that ad. Now to view results, so this is going to be once you guys do run the ads, and kind of how Christina said, if you're running multiple different ads at a time, you can view the results in this area. So going back to that home page where you guys would have been selecting on Ads Manager again, And then you'll see, once you do have the different ads, you'll see them all listed here, and you can select on Account Overview, and this will show you, of course, the amount you spent, different impressions, and then a little bit below that chart there, it'll show you your results. So it shows you what type of leads and how many leads you got. If you look to the top right, you can do a date range. So if you are running multiple ads or you want to compare them to years past or months past, you can do a custom date range to kind of see what exactly you're getting out of them and really be able to compare each ad that you're running. And anything you want to add to this kind of results page?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, so Maria's highlighting the farthest tab to the left, but I would say at the campaign level, there's a tab there for campaign.
The second tab.
That would be, where you can kind of take a deeper dive into the particular campaign or dive into the exact ad. So in this instance, like I was mentioning before, if you were to run 2 ads at the same time, one video and one static, if you clicked into the campaign tab, you would see the name of the campaign that you were running. If you clicked into that, you would see the ad set, so that's the targeting. And then clicking into the ad set would then bring you to the 2 ads. And then at that point, you can see, okay, if your budget was $300, $100 was spent on, on the static image, and $200 was spent on the video. From there, you can see which one generated more leads, and so you can really get this is a really good high-level view, and some good visuals to understand who's getting to see your ads and who's reacting to them. But if you go into the tabs more towards the middle of the page and to the right, you'll be able to get a little more granular view into the performance of those ads.
Perfect, thank you. And then for when your ads are active, getting and receiving leads, you are going to be receiving them via email through a company called Zapier, which was all set up for you guys prior, so you should all have seen some type of email. It's going to look something like this. So it's going to give you their name, phone number. You can just do zip code or full address, however you really want to receive that lead. You can let me know if you want any other information on there. We can always update it. Now these, of course, you'll want to call them back as soon as you can. The last thing that I include in this lead form is going to be the time that they put in that lead request. So speed to lead, you want to call them back as fast as possible and be able to answer any questions that they may have or concerns. So that's where you'll be receiving your leads. Let's see here. Anything to add on Zapier? Not really. Okay, great. So I will go ahead and unmute everyone to see if anyone has any questions.
The conference has been muted. The conference has been unmuted.
Questions for me today? Or Christina to pick our brains?
I have a question, Maria. This is Linda Barnes.
Hi, Linda. Yes, what's your question?
Okay, so when we're wanting to share something from the corporate site, because I love all those little funny play on words things, I don't want to just share it because oftentimes there are bad comments. I don't want those comments to accompany the things that I share. So how do I do that without including the comments? I just want to repost it.
Sure. So I know one way we can do it is we can add you to our actual franchise Facebook page, and we post the content there that you're able to take. Is there a different or better way as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's Christina. My suggestion would be if you see something posted on the corporate page that you like and would like to repost, and don't want to necessarily share it along with any comments or anything like that, what you could potentially do is if you click on that post, you can save that image locally. So you could just save it right from that post itself to your computer, and then copy that the copy that went along with it, and then you can navigate back to your business page, and then just post it as a fresh post, utilizing the copy and the image that you had saved. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that does. And
okay.
I have one other question.
Yeah.
Maria, I know you did our first one for us. Are there some ads that are already scheduled for us that you're going to handle and on a particular time basis?
Yeah, so that's actually a perfect question as well. We are going to be running a couple more ads, and actually we're going to be setting that up here within the next week. So you will either be working with me or Tara Sanchez, who's also in the office as well. What we want to do this go around, though, is we want to set up meetings and a time that we can talk with you, or in this case Danny, and we want to walk you through the ads. So we want to make sure we're teaching you how to run the ads as well. Because I did run the first ad by myself, this time around we're going to make sure that we're teaching you guys how to do it, walking you through it, and then in the future, the following ads that will come, you guys will kind of do them by yourselves. No worries though, we're not going to just throw you to the sharks. You can of course ask us for questions. If you run into a roadblock, let us know. But what our goal is going to be here is that once you are ready to transition from the RAMP team to your RBC, you're going to be an expert in Facebook as well. And so, yeah. One thing you'll want to do, Linda, is look up for a follow-up email after this conference here. I'm going to be asking to schedule time with each and every one of you guys so we can start walking you guys through setting up those ads.
So just to make sure I'm following, the first one you did, this next one we'll kind of do together.
Yes.
So it'll be a learning experience for us, and we'll also be able to select what we want the ad to be.
Yeah, you can select what you want the ad to be. I'm going to share with you guys what's currently best performing. So you can choose from those. Of course, you don't have to do those necessarily, but I will share with you guys what is performing best. And so we can kind of create the ad together to make it what you guys want, whatever offering you guys want to do. And it's really going to be you doing the ad. I'm just going to be on the phone walking you through it, either me or Tara.
Okay, very good.
So yeah, we'll be scheduling those here within the next week, so we'll be talking very soon. Any other questions, Linda, from you or Danny?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Anyone else that may have some questions for me regarding anything on Facebook? Like I said, we have our expert here, so pick her brain. Anyone else? Okay, and I don't see any questions.
One more. I have one more. Is the boost post, is that like what you're running for the ads? Is that what you're talking about?
No, so the boosted posts are going to be different than the ads. That's basically when you have something that you've posted on your account that you're going to be boosting. I don't know if we've done a lot of boosted posts.
Yeah, so we actually see, in my experience and my, what I've seen is that performance-wise, to actually generate leads, the ad campaigns are, perform much better than boosting posts. I have seen some franchisees boost posts at, very small amount of money, and it doesn't cost a whole lot, but that may get you a little more brand exposure. But, personally, in my experience, even just running a brand awareness paid campaign as opposed to a boosted post will get you better exposure than the boosted post. So, my suggestion is don't run them. But I've seen plenty of franchisees run them, and they like them. But I don't know necessarily that the franchisees that run them really know how effective they are. So, in my experience, I just would stay away from them.
Okay.
So that is a good answer. Yeah. So as long as you're posting, I agree. I don't know if the boosting the post so much does as much as we'd like. So, just stick with the paid ad campaigns, and then doing the free posts, because those are much better. Free is a weird word I like there. All right. So, any more questions? Keep them coming. We like this. Anyone else? We have Danny and Linda asking a couple of good questions. Anyone else on the conference want to ask any more questions? Okay. Well, don't think as well that this is the only opportunity you guys will have questions. I'm not going to cut you guys off once this is over. Feel free to contact me, Tara. I'm sure you can contact Christina as well with no problem. We're happy to help out here at corporate. I know you guys all have my number, so definitely reach out to me if you guys do have any questions. I want to thank everyone who did get to attend today. Also look up for a follow-up email from me. We will be discussing timeframes as to when we can set some time up, maybe an hour or so, to go ahead and walk you guys through the Facebook ads one more time. Again, this conference was recorded, so once it is posted on the YouTube channel, I will be sending it out to everyone, so you can always use this as a reference. Also, please utilize Fran Connect. You're going to have a lot of information and references there. There's going to be a lot of guides there, so always utilize Fran Connect as well. If you guys do have any questions, give us a call, but I think we are all set for today, and I hope everyone has a good day.
Thank you.